And get started. We'll hit record and we'll get going. We're here with defensive coordinator Peter Sirmon. Go ahead and let me know in the chat if you've got questions for Coach Sirmon. We'll go ahead and get started with Jeff Ferrano. Go ahead, Jeff.
Peter, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Jeff. How are you?
I'm good. Can you just first of all address Chiggy today put his name in the transfer portal. He started the year as a starter for you guys and then lost his position. Can you just talk about your thoughts on his decision?
Yeah, we fully support his decision to utilize the transfer portal to his benefit, and I think that's what the transfer portal has kind of come to be, is to be able to be an avenue for players to for other places to play, and we wish nothing but the best. Really proud of how he handled himself here and the type of young man he is, and I know he got he's going to get the Cal diploma, so wish him nothing but the best moving forward.
I mean, obviously Lou really emerged and played terrific for you. Did Chiggy have a place with you guys if he'd wanted to stay?
Yeah, Chiggy's in great standing with the program, and he's been a hard worker for us, and he's been with us for I think 4 years now. So it's yes, he had a place moving forward. That was not part of any discussion that we've had with Chiggy. This was something that he came to Coach Wilcox and communicated his intention to enter the transfer portal. And like I said, we wish him nothing but the best moving forward. Thanks.
Can you talk about what you see when you watch that UCLA offense that scored 62 points on Saturday against USC? What impresses you in particular?
Well, first of all, it makes me lose my appetite for Thanksgiving tomorrow. So trying not to watch too much film on that scoreboard. Chip has done a great job for years. DTR is playing at a high level. I think it was play 53 when he hurdled the defender to score the touchdown, which is a pretty gosh darn impressive play. He's distributing the ball well. He's throwing. He has a very, very talented arm. He's making some nice throws. Phillips is doing a good job. Dolchich, the 85 and 24. The running back is extremely hard to tackle. So he's a very powerful runner in the way they use him. He's a downhill guy, runs behind his pads. Tried to do a little bit of research on the amount of broken tackles he has forced this year, because it's all over the tape. So they're doing a nice job.
Thanks, Peter.
Go to Trace Travers. Go ahead, Trace.
Yeah, Coach, you guys did lose Mo for the second half of the Stanford game, and you played Evan and Ryan Puskis as well. And he played a lot during the Arizona game, and I feel like Puskis has kind of vaulted his way onto your depth chart now. What can you say about how he's grown throughout this season?
Ryan has really demonstrated the kind of the perseverance and the grit to bounce back. He's really excited when we signed Ryan out of Liberty. Braxton and him were teammates coming out of high school. He played some safety as a junior. You'd see him intercept balls, block punts, and he continued to get bigger and played linebacker his senior year. And we're very excited about him joining us. He's battled through some injuries, but he has been a guy that's continued to work. Early in camp, he was doing some really good things. Had a minor setback with a muscle injury, and we're getting him back healthy. And the contribution on special teams has continued to increase in his stamina and his health. And you see him out here the last 2 weeks against Arizona. He was very productive. I think he had 5 tackles on 19 or 21 plays, and then Saturday, he had 3 or 4 tackles coming in. You see him playing very physical in the run game. He's got good size. He's a heavy player, so he can play behind his pads and knock people back. So Ryan is a great example of, like I said, the perseverance, and then the opportunities to get on the field are in front of him, and he's taking advantage of the opportunities when he gets them.
And you mentioned Charbonnet, talking to Jeff there. I believe he has 62 missed tackles forced, if I'm reading this correctly. But they have another guy in Britton Brown who also can do a few things. What makes that just dealing with both those guys so difficult, along with Casimir Allen?
Yeah, I mean, both of them are talented. Both backs are talented. Chip does a really good job with tempo. He does a great job with variable formations. He's going to make it not particularly easy to get lined up. So there's a lot of we call here exotics. So those are things that are always a challenge to get lined up, and then you pair it with tempo. And you find yourself in a lot of one-on-one tackle situations, and that's partly because the formations and the tempo, but also with the talent of the quarterback and being a incredible run threat. You end up playing a lot of situations that people have to tackle one-on-one.
Thank you.
Go to David Bush from Bear Insider.
Yeah, Coach, can you talk a little bit about LaMaggia, his development and his contribution? And do you expect this much out of him as a freshman?
Lou, you never really know what to expect in my experiences with new players. So much of where I see new players coming in, and you ultimately reflect back on what they first showed, and then you think, okay, how did we get to this point? Players that I've been around that had success, the number one quality that they have possessed is maturity. They can handle the transition from high school or junior college or wherever they're at into the collegiate setting. They can handle the academics. They can handle the social life. They can handle some of the ups and downs. Where invariably, when guys first join a program, they're buried in the depth chart. Some people can work through that efficiently. Some people, that is a significant change of what the recruiting process would have led them to believe. Lou has been steady. Lou has been mature. Lou has been a consistent worker. I'd probably give a shout out to Allenbaugh over at De La Salle, of doing a great job of developing him. He came from a program that he understood what work was. He understood that things were not given, and he understood that things were earned. And I think Lou exemplifies all those, and he's just continued to get better throughout the season.
And what are his strengths as a corner, and what are things that he might need to work on a little bit?
Yeah, I think Lou's strengths as a corner, first of all, I think he's patient. He's got good foot quickness, and he has a good feel for route recognition. I think those are the three things that have made him capable of playing as a younger player.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we'll go to Jeff Verano. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, I just want to be clear, because Iosefa was ejected in the first half. You have him from the start on Saturday, right?
Yes, based on the interpretation of the rules, that the first half ejection will result in the end of the game, or the second half being, but the first half he'll be eligible to play again. Yes.
Okay, I just want to be sure. Thanks.
Hey guys, any further questions? Okay.